really good.
Big camera right here. Drums, sheephead. It's a big old drum you got there.
That's a nice sheephead you got
use
there.
Use it as a weight.
Yeah.
Ah. Look at that. Woo. Prehistoric. Got those fins there tucked down inside that little shell there. Not jerking like a catfish.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Nice.
It's a little one though. Cool. Got two of them now. I don't know. Don't look like it's wobbling.
Might be drum.
Don't look like it's wobbling. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's something else. Get it in.
It's pretty heavy, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Keep working.
Look at the drum.
Yeah, gotta be. Oh yeah, just came to the top and splashed. Ooh, it's a nice one. It's a nice one.
Yeah. Nice one.
Nice big boy. Come on.
All right. Yeah. Hell yeah.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's a heavy boy. All right, pick it up. He wants to get loose. 13.7, almost 14 pounds.
Oh, okay, so he's not as big as the last one I caught, but he's still pretty big.
I'll put him in there with my dwarfs. Oh, I caught a bull red over here once. My dad did too.
Fish bottom?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, ready.
This is gonna take a while. Get this little bitty bull.
Well, you know. Oh, that's a big boy.
He just left.
It is a tiny ass rod and reel to catch a
I know.
drum on.
There he is. Oh, it's a red.
Is
I
it?
think it is. No, maybe not.
No, no. Oh, he's at least as big as mine.
It's in there. Going under the boat. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh, there you go. Oh, no. All right. It turns black there. to hold it. Not bad. What does he weigh? 8. 8, yep, about 8.5. Wave like you at a parade. Tell me something, mister. My wife's gonna clean the fish today. She does a better job than me.
We'll see.
She always doubts herself, but... Or maybe I just say that so I don't have to clean them. I don't know.
And if you got a really sharp knife, you can just kind of follow that midline of the body as close as possible until you feel the ribs, and then I just kind of usually try to kind of ride over the ribs way down. Sometimes it doesn't work though.
Yeah, sheephead is a bony fish too. You gotta try to get all the little bones out, huh?
Yeah. Scales get caught up in here and dull up the knife.
Yeah.
You can see kind of how the fillet is starting to separate
Yeah.
from the fish. Some people are really good at this. They can just do it in a few seconds.
Just like backyard cocktails is backyard fish cutting.
Yeah. Make my way through their scales.
You gonna do this one scale on?
No.
Or are you gonna fillet it?
I'm gonna take it off the scales, unless
Okay.
you want to leave it.
No. I have one. We have some on the scales in the freezer already.
Okay.
Let's fillet this and fry it up tonight.
Okay. Just try not to leave too much meat on here.
Alright, I'm gonna go get a bowl of water.
Okay. With some ice.
With some ice? You can continue to explain.
I'm not really sure what to explain. I'm just slicing away as close to the ribs as I can. Okay, comes over the ribs. Still catching some of those ribs. Alright, and then I'm gonna put the knife at an angle underneath here and try to push it as close to the skin as possible to separate the meat from the skin. Okay.
Alright, got your bowl of ice. Why the bowl of ice?
To keep it cold.
That's it?
Yeah,
Keeping it cold.
keep it cold while we're out here in the sunlight.
Right?
Yeah, keep this meat fresh. And sheephead number 2. So in these big fish like this is a 14-pound drum. A lot of times you'll get these parasites, these worms, and they look like this. Or there's smaller areas here. You can see them right here. So you have to be very careful with the large fish. And sometimes if there's not that many, you can just cut around them. So I'm gonna see how many are in here, and if it looks like there's a lot, then we probably won't be able to save the meat. Okay, looks like there's no sign of any other worms. So we'll be able to keep this nice sized fillet here. Of course, we'll have to trim some of this stuff off, but it's a decent piece of meat.
Second one?
I'm on the,
first,
second side of the first fish. And also you'd have
yeah, that's nice though.
Full of worms. Yeah, I cleaned that because there was some worms in the tail.
Yeah.
And I saw a little small section of worms that I cut out, and I just
looks good.
Looked through to make sure that there weren't any more. It looks like it's a good piece of meat.
Yeah, these drum, they get a lot. Even the speckled trout we catch sometimes has a lot of worms in it. Sometimes the speckled trout, because they're a little smaller, it's hard to cut around the worms. But with these drum, you can cut around the worms real easy and still get huge chunks of meat off of it. Some people throw them back because they know they have worms when they get that big, but we don't throw them back. We cut around it, we check it really good, and we eat it. Ain't nothing 350 degrees of grease can't fix.
That's a bold statement. Okay, now this guy has a lot of worms in the tail.
Show it close.
These are all worms. All these things that look like little spaghettis and rice. Yeah, this guy he's loaded.
So we boil these, right? Get some marinara.
So this part is not salvageable. I'm gonna cut further in to see if this meat will be okay. But this is way too many worms to try to keep this piece of meat.
Yeah.
So you can check the rest for worms. So we know this part is no good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it off of the skin. Go clean it under the faucet, and then bring the meat back to kind of inspect it. So all this wormy mess goes in the trash, and so does this thing. All right, let's clean this. Try to get all the muck and mess off of here, so we'll be able to see clearly what's left of this meat and whether there's any worms in this part. Okay, that's good enough to check. So let's bring it back. That was already on the table. Up, I found a worm there. Cut this part off. No sign of worms here. Oh, that's connective tissue. What do you think?
Looks good.
All right.
Yeah, if we didn't, you know, it's a big fish, but that's still a big cut of meat. There was a lot wasted on that, but it is what it is.
Still enough to eat.
Still got plenty to eat. Yep.
All right.
Perfect.